So we talked about this on yesterday's show, and Trump's executive order of burning the American flag has been put to a test. And a man who was arrested identified himself as a combat veteran, said he was burning the American flag in protest of an executive order Trump signed Monday targeting the flag burning. Now, listen, I know there's going to be people saying that their brothers or fathers or grandfathers fought and died for that flag. I'm part of that group here, too. Guess what? I served in the Marine Corps. My great-grandfather served in World War I. My father served in Nam. My grandpa's cousins served in the Army and the Marine Corps. His brother served in the U.S. Army Air Force. But we fought for the ideas of the flag, the ideas of our republic. You know, and in it, the American flag being burnt, whether you like it or not, is part of free speech. I know it's going to trigger people. It's going to upset people. But either you are a free speech absolutist or you're not. And I am a free speech absolutist. I believe in the First Amendment. Okay, guys? That's what I believe in. And if that's a bridge too far, whether you're a conservative, liberal, progressive, I don't care. First Amendment. Okay? I believe in the First Amendment. So this veteran, at least combat veteran, was arrested. And I want to pull up some videos here because, first of all, this is the one video that garnered a lot of attention. So let's go ahead and first pull this up here. And then, of course, we'll be playing Trump's executive order video. But first, let's play this one.
However you feel that you may want to express yourself. There's a First Amendment right to burn the American flag. The Lord Jesus in that house right there signed an executive order today saying that it was illegal to burn the American flag. No president can make a law, period. No Congress will make a law infringing on First Amendment rights. I'm burning this flag as a protest to that illegal fascist president that sits in that house. Do this for every single one of you American citizens. We burn this flag in protest to that president feels that it's his right to do whatever he wants, make whatever law he wants, that President Trump put forward today. According to that executive order, I should be in prison right now serving 1 year.
Oh, I step with the...
All right. So according to that executive order, right? So let's go ahead and at least address what really went down, because I think it's important and it's imperative that we do bring up this video, because this is the video in question of Trump signing and talking about this executive order.
Lastly, sir, this is an executive order on flag burning. It charges your attorney general.
Would you listen to this? This is very important. Flag burning. All over the country, they're burning flags.
All over the country. Jeez, God damn it, man. Be more articulate than this.
The world, they burn the American flag. And as you know, through a very sad court, I guess it was a 5-4 decision. They called it freedom of speech. But there's another reason, which is perhaps much more important. It's called death. Because what happens when you burn a flag is the area goes crazy. If you have hundreds of people, they go crazy. You could do other things. You can burn this piece of paper. You can, but when you burn the American flag, it incites riots at levels that we've never seen before. People go crazy. In a way, both ways. There are some that are going crazy for doing it. There are others that are angry about them doing it. Do you want to discuss that?
Sure. So what the executive order does, sir, it charges your Department of Justice with investigating instances of flag burning, and then where there's evidence of criminal activity, where prosecution wouldn't fall afoul of the First Amendment, and instructs the Department of Justice to prosecute those who are engaged in these instances of flag burning.
And what the penalty is going to be, if you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail. No early exits, no nothing. You get 1 year in jail. If you burn a flag, you get, and what it does is incite to riot. I hope they use that language, by the way. Did they? Incite to riot. And you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail. You don't get 10 years, you don't get 1 month.
Now, I want to pull up something here. All right. This is from a content creator going by the name Nate the Lawyer. I follow some of his content on YouTube. Unfortunately, this person claims they've read the executive order but doesn't understand what it says. It doesn't just target flag burning to incite violence. Notice the big or. It also threatens prosecution or otherwise desecrating the flag. That's unconstitutional. The Supreme Court already ruled, Texas v. Johnson, U.S. v. Ekman, that flag burning equals protected speech. Okay? And before anyone says that the Democrats are on your side, hey, look, everybody, back from the swamps, Hillary Rodham Clinton.
So I hope, Mr. President, that we can pass a law that criminalizes flag burning and desecration. I agree that this burning, this desecration that can happen to our flag is something that people have a right to ask this body to try to prohibit and prevent. So I hope.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Give it up for when Joe Biden looked a little bit more competent.
Rewrote the statute saying burning the flag in and of itself is a crime, period. Boom. Because if you look out there, you know, the thing that makes a Frenchman French or an Englishman English is their ethnicity. It's not what form of government they have.
I'm so surprised people thought that this guy was a good choice. Hey, Bernie, this is your good pal, your good buddy.
Happen to live under. You can't define an American in terms anything other than the form of government that we live under. And so it seems to me that making that symbol, giving it a special place, a special unifying notion in times of peace as well as war, is an important and worthy thing to do. And that's why I introduced the bill. Free speech. I cannot yell fire in a crowded movie theater in the name of free speech. I cannot take actions to incite a riot in the name of free speech. So let's get clear here that there's nothing absolute about the First Amendment or any other amendment. Number two, the court, if you live in a house that was part of the Historic Preservation Act, even though you own that house, you can't go in and knock out the front windows. You own it. You cannot stand in front of your house that you own, that is protected as part of historic preservation, and say, in the name of protesting the decadence of America, I'm burning this house down. Because by law, the house in and of itself cannot be changed. It doesn't relate to the communicative impact. And that's why a statute is legal, and that's why everyone from a liberal professor like Larry Tribe to less liberal people like the dean of like the University of Virginia Law School and Duke Law School and others have come out and said you can do this by statute and it would be constitutional.
Senator Hillary Clinton supports a bill that would ban flag burning, but she's opposed to a constitutional ban on the act. Clinton is co-sponsoring a bill that would make it a crime to destroy a flag on federal property, intimidate anyone by burning a flag or burning someone else's flag. A Clinton spokesperson says the senator supports making flag burning a crime, but is hesitant to amend the Constitution.
So I hope.
Okay, enough of Hill Dog. Just so you guys know, that was Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton. Okay? Yeah, Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden. 1,000 years of those two. And yet this moron here, our president, is agreeing with them. See, I told you they can get along with each other. Whenever you see Democrat and Republican politicians agreeing with each other, be it past or present, or almost seeming shockingly familiar, remember, beware, because you're going to get it right up the wazoo.
You get 1 year in jail, and it goes on your record. And you will see flag burning stopping immediately, just like when I signed the Statute and Monument Act. 10 years in jail if you hurt any of our beautiful monuments. Everybody left town. They were gone. Never had a problem after that. It's pretty amazing. We stopped it. But this is something that's, I don't know, in a certain way, it's equally as important. Some people would say it's more important because the people in this country don't want to see our American flag burned and spit on. And by people that are, in many cases, paid agitators. They're paid by the radical left to do it. You talk to these people, they don't even know, half of them don't even know what they're doing. They say, I don't know, they gave me money to do this. I see the same things that you do. They're bad people. They're trying to destroy our nation. That's not working because I think our nation now is the most respected nation anywhere in the world by far. You saw that with the European leaders on Friday. You saw that with NATO, where they agreed to go from 2% no pay to 5% fully paid up, trillions of dollars paid, where they respect your president to a level that they jokingly call me the president of Europe. They call me the president of Europe, which is an honor. I like Europe, and I like those people. They're good people. They're great leaders.
Yes. So great leaders, great people, great leaders, great people. You want to become the king of Europe. But hey, want to pull this up here.
Yep, I'm being detained because I expressed my First Amendment right to burn the United States flag in public, not causing harm or causing any danger to any citizens or personnel in the area. Do this for every single one of you American citizens. We burn this flag in protest to that president who feels that it's his right to do whatever he wants, make whatever law he wants, regardless if it's legal or illegal. It is our First Amendment right to burn this flag, regardless of what the president says. Yes, remember your oath. Yep, I'm being.
So, what's the takeaway from this? Well, first of all, it is for me. If I had to be paranoid here, just for 1 minute, if I had to be paranoid, I find it oddly suspicious that right off the bat, as soon as the executive order was signed, that there was somebody ready to do a protest. Again, hey, things happen organically. There's always a cause and effect. There's always a cause and effect of why things happen, a rhythm and rhyme, and we will see just how stringent, or is it at how authoritative, Trump's new law will be. Flag burning incident near the White House leads to arrest hours after Trump's executive order. Federal authorities arrested him Monday across the street from the White House, after he set an American flag on fire the day President Donald Trump signed an executive order intended to crack down on flag burning. The man, who identified himself as 20-year combat veteran in a video posted on social media by the video news outlet Bulwark, said, I'm burning this flag as a protest to that illegal fascist president that sits in the White House, as he pointed toward the White House in Lafayette Square. Secret Service said in a statement that it detained a man around 6:15 p.m. Eastern Time for igniting an object. You called the flag an object? It's the American flag. Whoever wrote that report needs to be fired so fast they'll get rehired. That he in turn and that he was turned over to U.S. Park Police. So the U.S. Park Police arrested him. Now, just so you guys know, the Supreme Court ruled in 1989, a 5-4 ruling, that the Constitution protects burning the American flag. And I also want to address something here too, okay? Just so you guys know. Now, of course, this is an idealistic point of view, and again, it's just my biggest weakness, my idealism. Just so you guys know. But this was, this is just something that I saw from a United States representative, when it comes down to the government and politics. But look, Thomas Massey wrote this. Congressmen swear an oath to the flag, the Constitution, the president, their party. In theory, the real correct answer in theory is the Constitution. Thomas Massey should put down at one point, X used to give you 5 options instead of 4. So, really, it should be the donors. And this is where we got Comrade Misty Putin says, swear an oath to the Constitution, but they really serve their donors. That's why we love Misty. That's why we always love Misty Winston, okay? We love Misty Winston, okay? Because she's the best. And then I wish her all the best for all her work. And I know she's going to have an awesome show on Wednesday, so there you go. But the takeaway is that, when it comes down to the First Amendment and free speech, which is fundamentally important in my book because I care about the First Amendment. I care about free speech, and I don't want us to lose our right to free speech. I think we have to do everything we can in our power to preserve our right to protest, to preserve our right to speak out, and more importantly, to remember where we stand. Our rights as citizens are being taken away from us. Our rights as citizens is being denied. And I have found it to be extremely disturbing as our politicians continue to walk all over us. I find it disturbing as our politicians continue to make these laws to make our lives a little bit more miserable. Our fundamental rights, our First Amendment rights, are being taken away from us. And the First Amendment is fundamentally important. When we can't protest, when we can't speak out, when we lose our right, what's the whole point of it then? What's the point of it? Now, I've been pondering this more and more, and I began asking myself, well, you know, what more can we do? What more can we do as citizens? Well, I mean, definitely we have to challenge Trump's law here. You know, he's doing everything he can to preserve his perspective and making it a crime, and it's now being challenged. If we proceed to go forward with this, if we continue to turn a blind eye to this kind of madness, if we allow this to become a law, what else are they willing to impose? No more right to assemble? If a certain post on social media is very triggering, is that person going to go to jail for 10 to 12 years? I'm pretty sure there's some people who would love that. Only the beginning. This leads down to a pathway of further suppression. And if you're for this, get your head checked, because you never know what you might post or your action or your civil disobedience might do, because then it could lead you to jail, straight to jail. You know who's going to enjoy this? The prison industrial complex. You know what the prison industrial complex likes to do? Buy off politicians.